Hi there, Wildcats. Welcome to your Algebra 1 class. Today, we are going to work on solving system of equation and answer which strategy works best. Because we're done solving systems of linear equation by graphing, we're done with by substitution and by elimination. So you have now the idea how these strategies works. Now, of course, systems were given in different form, in a different image. Now I'm going to show you how are you going to assess the given system as to um, what strategy works best on them. All right. So the first activity that we are going to do, that I'm going to model here, is sorting out, okay, this given systems that you have in your screen right now. This example of system. Okay. So we are going to sort it out. So this is the first one. We have another system here, third system, the fourth system, the fifth, and the sixth system. So we have six system of equation here that we're going to group according to what or which strategy works best for them. So let's start. So this both equation is written in standard form. Okay, as what I've said, if both equations are written in standard form, then okay, standard form is the ax plus by is equal to c. So we have to use the elimination method. Remember, if it is written standard form, then it's elimination method. Okay. Now the second one, again, as you can see, it is written also in standard form. Both equation, it's written in standard form. Then this one will go also in elimination method. Okay, so use elimination method if, okay, both equation in your system is written in standard form. Next is we have y is equal to 3x minus 1 and y is equal to 2x minus 5. Okay, so as you can see here, both of the equation are written in slope-intercept form, which is y is equal to mx plus b. And we said that if both equation is written in slope-intercept form, so it's easy to identify the slope and it's easy to identify your y-intercept. Therefore, the best method that we can use here would be graphing method. Why? Because in graphing, you only need your slope and then the y-intercept, right? Next is, this is strange because we have the value of y, which is 3x minus x, and then the other one it's written in standard form. So again, if it is mixed, one it's in standard form and the other one it's written in y is equal to an expression or x is equal to an expression, we have to use the substitution method, which is it's in between graphing and elimination. Okay, maybe that's one way to memorize it. And the next one is it's written again in y is equal to mx plus b, which is we have y is equal to negative 5/3 x plus 3 and y is equal to 1/3 x minus 3. So again, the slope is given and the y-intercept is also given in this particular example of system. So I'm going to use graphing method. Okay, and the last one, we have mix again. So there's a value of x here, which is 3y plus 1, and then 2x plus 4y is equal to 12. So this will be on your substitution method. There. So let's review. We're going to use graphing method if the equation in your system or the system, both equation is written in y is equal to mx plus b. Use substitution method if one of the value of the variable is given. Okay, let us say x is equal to an expression, just like here, x is equal to 3y plus 1. Because your substitution, it's your main purpose here is that to put to solve for one variable first. It's like elimination. And then while elimination, you have both equations must be written in standard form, which is ax plus B1 is equal to C. Okay, now I'm going to get one of every method here that we can solve as an example. All right, so let's take a look at the first example, which is the graphing method. So I'm going to graph, as you can see here, it says here, this example here. So it's graphing method, so I'm going to graph that. So first is identify your slope and the y-intercept for each equation in the system. So I'm going to identify my slope, which is the m. In here, my slope is -5/3. And my y-intercept on this equation, again, your y-intercept, it must be a point. So because your the value of b here is 3, so that's your y-intercept, so you have 0, 3. Okay, so I'm going to graph that. So we have 0, +3, which is this one. And then we have, you go down 5 times and to the right 3 times. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so this is, again, 2 points can determine a line, so I can, I can just connect this 2 points to make a line. I'll be using blue here. Right, so let's just imagine, there you go. So these are the this is the line for the first equation in your system. Now we proceed with the second equation. Maybe I'll be using green here. So the slope here, which is the m, it's 1/3. And again, your y-intercept, it's a point. Your y-intercept will be 0, -3. It's this one. Okay. Your y-intercept, again, as a review, your y-intercept, it's the value of y when x is equal to 0. That's why we have 0, -3. All right, so I'm going to plug that in. So 0, negative, I'm going to plot it, 0, -3. It's here. And then my slope is 1/3. So 1, then 1, 2, 3. So it's here. So as you can see, look at the intersection. So I'll just graph that. So the solution in graphing, it's the intersection. So I want you to look at that intersection here and then identify the location of that. So that's 3, -2. So the solution, it's 3, -2. So I can put here that the solution of this system, the solution is 3, -2. Okay, so again, I always encourage you that every time you are done solving system, you always go back to the original and check your answer if they are correct. So checking, it's when you go back and look at the equation that you have there, and then you plug in your solution that will give you the value of x and the value of y. So I'll put here the first equation, which is y is equal to -5/3 x plus 3. So my y value, which is -2, is that equal to -5/3 times my x value is 3 plus 3. So of course, this one will be cancelled. So you only have -2. Is that equal to -5 plus 3? So basically, -5 plus 3 is -2. So we're right on that. However, okay, don't relax there because you have to check on the second equation that we have here. So the second equation is y is equal to 1/3 x minus 3. So your y, again, it's -2, is equal to 1/3 times the value of x, which is 3, minus 3. Okay, so of course this will be cancelled here. So I have -2 is equal to 1, the remaining 1 here, minus 3. So 1 minus 3, it's basically negative 2, which is they are equal. So if both equations are equal, then, okay, you can now say that your solution is correct also. Right? So that's all about graphing. Okay, graphing, it's when both equations are written in y is equal to mx plus b or slope-intercept form. You graph them using your slope and your y-intercept, and then look at the intersection of these two, and then that will be the solution. Again, the only thing that is difficult with graphing is that when the intersection is not located exactly on the intersection of these points, on the location of it, wherein the solution is a decimal, the solution is a fraction. Okay, all right. Next is we go back. Let's see. The next is substitution. Either or, we can choose. Maybe we can. I'll go with. Let's see here what we can do on substitution. It's here. Okay. So in your substitution, one of the variable must have a value already. Okay. When I say value, it's the common error of most of the students when they say value. It's a number, which is, yeah, sometimes they will give you a number, but sometimes they will also give you an expression. Okay. Just like on this one, it's not a number, but 3y plus 1, it says there that it's the value of x. So the word substitution you plug in. Okay. So instead of x here, instead of x, you have to plug in 3y, the whole thing, 3y plus 1. So let's get started. So my second equation is that we have 2x plus 4y is equal to 12. So instead of putting x here, I'm going to put that value of x, which is 3y plus 1. So 3y plus 1. And then, of course, I still have the plus 4y there. Sorry, that's 4y. Plus 4y is equal to 12. Now, if you notice on this example, once you plug in, once you substitute the value of the value of x, okay, you come up with just only one variable. So that's your target. Okay, so you are solving for that one variable already. So I'll be using distributive property on this case. So I'm going to distribute 2 times 3y and then 2 times 1. So that will give me 2 times 3 will give me 6y plus 2 plus 4y is equal to 12. Okay, and then I'm going to combine like terms, and after that I'm going to isolate my variable y. So I have here, you see this one, 6y plus 4y will give me 10y. And then, of course, I'll have to bring this down. Plus 2 is equal now to 12. And of course, the next is you have to isolate your y here. So I'm going to subtract to both sides. So I have here 10y is equal to 10. And I'm going to divide both sides by 10. So my y is now equal to 1, positive 1. So y is positive 1. No, I'm not asking you, okay? So the value of y is equal to 1. Maybe I'll change the color of that. It's I got OC there. Okay, y is equal to positive 1. Okay, there. Now, because you have already the value of y, and as you can see here, okay, if you want to solve for x, you just plug in the value that you solve, okay, that you get for this part. So I have here x is equal to 3y plus 1. And we know that the value of y is 1. So I have here x is equal to 3 times 1 plus 1, which will give me x is equal to 3 plus 1, because 3 times 1 is 3. So x is equal to 4. So I have now the solution the solution would be for the value of x, and then the value of y, sorry, the value of y will be 1. Okay, before I will back to that, okay, I'm going to check my answer if it is correct. Okay, so checking using the solution. So checking using the solution that I get, which is 4, 1. And make sure that it's true to both equation. Okay, so I'll go x is equal to 3y plus 1. Of course, x here is 4. Is that equal to 3 times 1, which is the value of y? So this is x, that's y, plus 1. So I have 4, 3 times 3 times sorry about that, 3 times 1, it's 3, plus 1, which will give me 4, is equal to 4. So then it's correct. Next, we have 2x plus 4y is equal to 12. So my 2 here times the x value, which is 4, plus 4 times 1, is that equal to 12. So this is 8 plus 4. It's correct. So 12 is equal to 12. So our answer is correct. Now in substitution, as a review, you have to make sure that one of the variable, one of the value of the variable is given. Again, do not look into the variable to the value as a number. It can be an expression like this. All right. So next is we go to elimination. Let's see what are the example in your elimination. So these are the elimination. So maybe I'll go with the first one. Okay. Go with the first one. Let's see. Elimination method. In your elimination method, as the word implies, you are eliminating one variable. Okay. Sometimes they call it addition method. I don't know why, but yeah. Sometimes they use addition method because I think you are adding, because sometimes you can use subtraction. So your elimination method, one of the characteristics here is that both equation must be written in standard form, and when you are assessing your standard form and use elimination method, one is that do they have what variable have the same coefficient? That's the first question. Second question is, if they are the same, do they have a opposite operation or opposite sign, like one of which is negative and one of which is positive? Okay. Now, if the answer is no, but both of them are written in standard form, okay? So let us say your first question, when we say coefficient, it's the number beside your variable. Do they have the same coefficient? If the answer is no, the next step there is, how can I make this, okay, coefficient to be the same, okay? And then at the same time, they are opposite, okay? So let us say the other one is positive 3 and the other one is negative 3, okay? So they have the same coefficient and they are opposite. One is positive, one is negative. But if it is your elimination, it's already written wherein just like in this example, your negative y and positive y, they're already opposite because the coefficient of 1, so they have the same coefficient, and it's different, they are opposite to each other. One is negative and one is positive, so we can immediately go and eliminate y. Okay, so if you want to have one example that is wherein the question you cannot answer the question by yeses, then I want you to go back on elimination method video in your canvas, and I put there 2 examples that you can review. Okay, so let's proceed with the elimination method. So the first question is, what variable have the same coefficient? So the variable y have 1, because 2 and 1 are not the same. So the y, when it says the coefficients are the same, which is 1. And then the second question is, when they are the same, are they opposite? Yes, because one is negative 1y and the other one is positive 1y. So I can now go to the next step, which is I'm going to add the whole system. Okay, I think that's the reason why they use addition method on this one. So this will be eliminated. Okay, the term is eliminated, and I'm going to add 2 plus 1, which is 3x, is equal now to 8 plus 4, which is 12. I'm going to divide both sides by 3. As easy as that. We have the value of x, which is 4. Okay, now to plug in the value of x that we already solved, you can choose the first equation or the second equation. So maybe the easiest one is I go with the second equation. Okay, it's the easiest that you can you have to choose the easiest one. So x plus y. So I'm going to x plus y is equal to 4, which is my x is 4 plus y is equal to 4. I subtract 4 both sides. This will be cancelled. So y is equal to 0. Therefore, the solution, which is the value of x and y, the solution is 4, 0. Now, again, once you get your solution, you go ahead and do checking. So I'm going to check using my solution for 0. So the first equation, which is 2x minus y, is equal to 8. So my x is 4 minus my y is 0. Is that equal to 8? So 8 is equal to 8, which is true. The second equation is x plus y. It's basically x is 4 and y is 0, which is 4 is equal to 4. Okay, so our solution is 4, 0 for this system using elimination method. All right, so again, this video is intended for you to use when you encounter different types of systems. So what strategy works best on the given system? So let's go back. So this is elimination method. This is substitution method, and the other one is graphing method. So okay, so these are the example for how you group graphing method, substitution method, elimination method. So this is about solving system of equation, which strategy works best. All right. Thank you guys, and we'll see you in the next video. And if you have a question, don't hesitate to message me on Canvas or email me. Have a nice day, guys.